Hey everyone, good afternoon. We are here live in Salto TV on another edition, first edition of Inclusive in Diversity, a community-based program. And today is exciting. I have my wonderful guests in the building, and yeah, we're gonna be talking about magazine and printing world and how it has changed. On that note, I'm gonna introduce to my first guest today. Good afternoon,
Hi,
JF. How are
nice to meet
you?
you. Yeah, and very nice to be here in the show.
And
It's quite an honor to be the first guest. So happy to be here.
we
Yes,
made
thank
it.
you. Yeah, we did it. We did it.
We made it
Yes.
happen. And magazine, it's
Yeah.
your word. Can you tell
Yeah.
us about your word, your magazine, your experience?
Yes. Well, I have been making magazines for 48 years almost, so that's a very long time.
Wow.
And in the beginning of when I started my career, everything was totally different from now. There was no digital world, so everything was in print, and now everything is digital.
Yeah.
So a printed magazine is quite an exception, and it's quite difficult to survive. But you have to stand out. So when you make a nice luxurious magazine that really stands out, then it's still, well, there's the life for it. So it's still possible to make something like that. Yes.
And your journey, you start with the Playboy magazine, I think. Yeah?
No. I started before with the Telegraaf, which is one of the biggest newspapers in Holland. And I wrote about pop music, so I did a lot of pop concerts, reviews, and also interviews with pop stars by then. And then from there I went to write for two music papers, magazines,
Oh, wow.
which was also very nice because in that time I interviewed about every pop star that existed, from Madonna to David Bowie.
Wow.
And George Michael. So that was a really nice time. Yeah.
We have an icon in the building.
No. And then from there on, I went to Playboy, which was also a really, good magazine by then. And I worked there for 22 years. And then I started JFK Magazine. That was about 20 years ago. And now I make a new magazine with
ModMod.
Yeah, ModMod, but
ModMod.
not alone, with my partner Arno Kantelberg, who is also the editor-in-chief, together with me.
So let's talk about Playboy in the
Yeah.
present time. How did it influence your personal and professional growth?
A lot, because by then Playboy was a very literary magazine. People always used to say that they bought the magazine for the interviews and for the good articles, which was kind of an excuse, of course, because most people bought the magazine for the
The
nudity. But the excuse was valuable because the articles and the interviews were really good in the magazine. So I had to work with a very good editor-in-chief, and he was very tough. And I learned there to think about the depth of interviews and the contents. And it was kind of the best time of my life because
Wow. It's history.
It's history.
It's history.
Yeah.
And talking about Playboy, when you think about when you were working with it and what Playboy is now, do you think it has lost its relevance in today's world?
Yes, of course, because everything can be seen digitally now, and from the moment that internet came into the world, Playboy was not so not really of this time anymore. No. So it's totally different, especially for Playboy. I think it's a difficult time, but they started to revive again, and
they're coming back.
Well, they still in America. There was a new printed magazine again after a long time, and also in Holland, the new editor-in-chief is doing a good job with trying to give good content and also nice photography.
So like in the olden days.
Yeah, a little bit.
The golden age, like
but still, it will be difficult, I think. Yes.
So let's talk about transitioning from there to JFK Magazine, right? Which is tell us more about JFK Magazine, like the difference when it comes to like the Playboy magazine from Playboy to JFK. Please tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, well, JFK is a men's magazine, and it's kind of the example was GQ magazine in America and in England. So it's a men's magazine with good articles, lifestyle, art a little bit, but also with a lot of attention for music and movies. Okay. So when it started, it was also a really nice magazine, very thick, and the contents was really good. And I had a publisher who really spent a lot of money on making a really good magazine. Yeah. But as the years passed by, it all became a little bit less, and also less money to make a magazine. And now I think, it still exists. It still looks nice, but for me, it's lost its momentum, I think. Yeah.
Like everything has its own days and like transitioning, the word is transitioning. And talking about transitioning, in JFK, I saw like in your content, you include a lot with diversity, like the kind of people you bring into the magazine who you print. How when you compare it with what is happening now, like what did you think that has changed in terms of in magazine world when we talk about diversity and inclusiveness?
Yeah, I think every magazine is now involved in this, and they all think it's important to use models from different ethnicities, and I think that's really important. We've always done that with JFK because we never paid attention to what color someone had. We just thought if someone is interesting, we're gonna pay attention to this person. And the same now for ModMod, where we do the same. But I think there were some magazines in the past that only used white models, and I think especially the women's fashion magazine had a big had some problems with that. But I think they all made up now, and I think now diversity is something that is important for every magazine.
So let me get back to your point, like because I know in your magazine, the JFK and most of your magazines, because I know a lot of thank God I've experienced with your magazine and your journey a little bit. You said the women have much problem when it comes to this. Can you elaborate a little bit about that? Because I wouldn't even know that this was something that difference between like when you talk of the ModMod, the men magazine, when you then in relating to the women magazine when you talk of the DEI.
Oh, you mean about what I just said?
The women, the session have a little bit problem more when it comes to diversity.
I don't know, but it also has to do with the fact that in JFK we paid a lot of attention to music, and of course there's a lot of international artists that are from different backgrounds. And Vogue magazine, for instance, only pays attention to fashion and a little bit of lifestyle. So for them, it's more difficult to. For us, it was an organic and logical thing to use any artist. So it's that makes a little bit of the difference, I think.
And also, do you think also coming with that your background was in music, and then you were used to different artists and everything, influence how you make your content and the people you include, like you put in your magazine?
Right now, you mean in ModMod?
Yeah, and like when you talk about it, because when you think about your transition, you've worked, like you said, you work in the music industry, you've worked with the great artists, from different backgrounds. Does it influence also how you do you emulate it in your magazine, all the various magazines that you do, and all your job now?
True. A lot of disciplines have to. Have to do with each other. I mean, design has to do, fashion has to do with music a little bit, and music has to do with fashion, and so there's a lot of things that have to deal with each other. And for us, music has always been important because it's something popular. It's something that people like, and I think they are also influencers. A lot of musicians have changed the fashion industry, but also the way of looking at things politics as well.
Political, because everything revolves in politics. And
true.
You have to adapt with technology and political environment where you find yourself. Yeah?
Yes.
And talking of political, and then let's switch to digital. So you're still in this industry. You're amazing. I don't know how it works now, but you're there. You're there to share the story with us. Everything is moving digitally now, right? In your sector, which is this magazine printing, how has this influenced the way that the magazines, the media is being consumed nowadays?
Oh, it's changed a lot. First of all, everything changed when a lot of things. Well, a lot of disciplines were not able to advertise anymore. For instance, the cigarette industry. For Playboy, that was a lot of, most income came from the cigarette tobacco industry. So when it was, at one moment it was forbidden. So that was a big change because we had to look for other ways of getting the budgets and the income. But nowadays, the digital world changed a lot too, because I think most people don't even have time to read a magazine anymore. So you have to give value for money and to give something really interesting and standing people. Out.
And let's talk about when it comes to competition now in your word, because now like you said, everything is digital and there's more easy. It's not like the old school way where you come and it's hard. How has this impact also in the market, in your market? How has this affect the market sector where
a lot, yes. When we started this magazine, everybody thought we were crazy because the whole print world is going down, of course. But we thought if we make something really different, really nice and very in which aesthetics is very important, also with a lot of content, then maybe there will be a market for that. And it appears to be like that, because a lot of if you watch YouTube, for instance, and you get to see an advertisement, there's one. After 10 seconds you can skip it away, and I think most people do this. And with us, it's timeless, I think. And I think if you see something on YouTube or digital,
the content, all this contents that, because everybody consumes media faster now than before.
That's true.
Fast consumption.
And this is a moment that you can. Pick up and put away again and pick up again. And I also think that for advertisers, it's more interesting, because in our magazine or any magazine, the advertisement is part of the content.
The content of it.
And if you see it digitally, you want to get rid of it as soon as possible.
So on that note, do you think that the digital can replace like the old school way of the magazine being the printing part of this industry? Do you think it can be replaced by digitally, or there's still preference also for printing?
Well, now you see a trend again that analog things come back a little bit. You see it with photography, that a lot of photographers want to make pictures analogically again, and also you see it with music, that a lot of vinyl is coming back. You don't even know what it is.
I do actually. No, I did.
Really?
I did because I learned about when I was doing techno, I was a DJ, right?
Oh, so of course.
I did the Studio 80. I learned about how to mix with vinyl. But that was the last time I think that the vinyl thing, it was in Studio 80 that I got the experience. But please, you can go on with the vinyl thing. But I do have an experience.
Very good. I didn't know. You're young. But there's a lot of record stores that only sell vinyl, and also young people want to have a record player again and use vinyl. So I think the tactile sensation is getting back a little bit again, and same for a magazine. So I think if you start a magazine, you need to have a digital surrounding, but also
print.
Both. So it's not possible, I think, to make only a printed magazine, and I think. But if you do both, digital, you have a good digital platform and also a good magazine, then it can work.
I know everybody call you Mr. JFK.
Not anymore. Yes.
They still refer to you today, or you're Mr. ModMod now?
Well, half Mr. ModMod. Yeah,
Half
yeah,
Mr.
because we do
ModMod.
it with two people. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Half Mr.
Yeah, so
ModMod.
50% Mr. ModMod. Yeah.
So let's, we now hear you with ModMod.
Yeah.
Congratulations. How many editions are you now?
The 9th is coming out in a few weeks. Yes.
The 9th one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we're gonna show you we have the first edition, right? Can,
yeah, I have the
we
first
can show,
edition here.
and
It's
then
a
we're
bit
gonna show
damaged because it was almost sold out.
At least let them see it.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
when we talk
okay.
hardcore, and
That's
this is
it.
what we mean by analog.
Yeah.
Like everything. You have also digital, no?
What?
There's still ModMod on digital as well.
For sure, for sure. But the magazine is nicer, I think.
Yeah. This is ModMod because we have another.
And this is the one that is in the stores now.
This is please show it again. The new one. This is the latest one you can find in the store. Yes, this is the latest one of and the night one is coming soon, right?
Yeah, yeah. There will be a release party.
One coming on the screen. We have that will be the second edition, right?
With Willem Dafoe. Yeah.
The digital one.
Yeah.
The digital one. We're gonna be showing you one now. The digital one. Right. That was the second edition. So that means you can get it digitally. That's why I wanted to show you. So there's the hard copy and the soft copies. So we'll still come back to that. So tell us about ModMod, your latest journey. Tell us your story about it.
Yeah. Well, I was still working at JFK, but I had some problems with the publisher because they wanted to save money all the time, and I felt really frustrated by that. And even that much that it hurt me physically. Yeah. So then after a while I thought, well, I have... Also, because of my age, I had to leave at a certain moment. But then Esquire magazine stopped. Yeah. And Esquire magazine was made by Arno Kantelberg, my colleague now. Yeah. And when Esquire stopped, I thought, well, maybe we should join forces and start a magazine together. Yeah. But only from the heart and from the passion, and not because we wanted to make money. Yeah. So that's... when I called Arno and I said, I have a good idea, I think. And then we talked. Yeah. And then a few months later, we started the magazine. So, but we really do it because we want to make something beautiful and and we want to have fun, and that's the most important. Yeah. Money is also, we don't want to lose money, but we don't have to make a lot of money. So we just want to make something nice.
It's driven by your passion.
True. And that's a different kind of making a magazine than starting from how we're going to make.
So there's no pressure like before when you were like, what's the difference like when you were working like, for example, with the JFK and now with this, like in terms of the pressure wise and how it works. What is it like for you now?
Yeah, it's much nicer because also in the past the responsibility was mainly for me, and that made and especially the money part I'm not very good with that, and that gave me a lot of stress. Yeah. But then now Arno is we divide the work, and he's more into the financial thing. And he's also a celebrity because he's on TV a lot at RTL Boulevard. So that also helps a lot when we approach people. Yeah. So, but we have a lot of fun together, and I think the two of us together are a really good combination.
And talking of in terms of now with the competition, in terms of competition, what sets ModMod apart from every other magazine?
I think the quality and also the kind of the thickness of the magazine? Because it's more than 260 the volume. And also the paper, because we have the thickest paper that exists, and also we work with the very best photographers and writers in Holland and also in Belgium. So I think it's especially the contents and also the way it looks that stands out. And we were. When we give it to people, they're always impressed because of the quality. The quality. Yes. Yeah.
And in terms of the content, your contents, I know you're creative. Like, take us through your creative journey, like your creative journey, like when you for every magazine, like how does the creative journey goes, and also how does it go, like the selection of who do you want to how you say it? Who do you want to features? In the magazine, and how does that work?
Yeah. Well, with ModMod, we try to approach other people than most magazines do. So we don't want the average people, but it's kind of a gut feeling, I think. Sometimes and it works in your brain all the time, 24 hours a day, and then suddenly I wake up in the middle of the night. I think, oh wow, this person is something interesting. But it's more difficult than in the past because not everyone fits this magazine. I think no.
So your selection process for the people to be in the magazine is very strict.
True. Yeah. I think people have to be intelligent. They have to be different a little bit. They have to be fashionable. So a lot of criteria
to meet. It's not for everybody.
No, true.
It's not for, and also because it doesn't influence also because of the people you target as well. Like the people you put inside also influence the target, the people you target.
Yeah, I think so. Yes. But I think first of all we try to make the magazine that we would buy ourselves. Yeah. And then we hope that there's more people on the streets that also have the same taste as we do. So that's about how we try to make it.
And where did you see the future of ModMod?
Very bright. Yes, I think, if we would have started...
I love that. By the way, I'm sorry I'm laughing, but it's a fantastic answer, by the way.
Yeah. No, very bright, because I think... men are much more into fashion than before.
Nowadays,
They're more into cosmetics and also more in skincare. Yeah. So I think this we all pay. We pay attention to all of this, and there's not a lot of very good men's magazines in Holland. There's only Quote and ModMod, I think, and also JFK is also still a nice magazine, but I think it's
nice though. You still talk about, because that was your passion. You still reference
it was my child because I worked there for 19 years, and I kind of was at the birth of the magazine, so this was a long time. But this is nicer, I think, and has much more quality.
And what is your hope for ModMod magazine in your industry?
What is my hope? It would be nice to also publish this in Belgium, for instance.
So you want to go in like cross-border?
Yeah. Because in Belgium there's not a really good men's magazine, so I think it would be a good idea to start that in Belgium, and maybe even other countries too. But I think in England, for instance, there will be plenty of men's magazines. Yeah, but also a lot of competition. Yeah.
And you have had a remarkable 48 years of career?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I started when I was 17. Yes.
How do you think the media industry has changed since then?
In every aspect, I think. In the past, magazines were leading, and every brand that existed wanted to be in a magazine advertising. And now there's a lot more possibilities for everyone. And also, I think, the audience has changed a lot, because they don't make a lot of time to read something, because there's too many things that they can watch and they can look at. And I think digitally the digital world has taken over the whole media world. Yeah.
And what lesson from your early days do you still apply today? And which one do you think, because of the digital world, you had to adjust to?
Can you repeat the question?
So what I'm saying is, what habit from your earlier days you still carried forward till now with your work? Which ones have been changed due to the current situation with the digital world?
Well, everything has changed, but I think that if you do something, you have to do it really well, and that go for quality, work with the best people, and I think that always stands out, and that's a lesson I've learned from the past. To try to make something perfect, and if you do it do this digitally or in print, it always works.
So last question.
Oh, last question.
The last question before we go today. Thank you, guys. The music and fashion and everything. Does this influence? What is still your relationship with this word?
It's very important. Yeah, I love music and I listen to music all day. And fashion, yeah, I like fashion too. So I'm always looking at people, clothes. So yeah, it's both disciplines, but also movies are very, very important for me. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, but I like to to see trends and to.
You're the trendsetter, by the way.
Am I?
Yeah, you're part of the trendsetter. Like when they see you, every time is something. If I want to know anything that is happening in the fashion world, it's always like from you, from Milan and everywhere. So
oh yeah,
yeah, it's nice to still have the people that still have the passion for it and still show like the old school. What class means.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm very
class.
old school. That's true. That's yeah. But yeah. But it never made me rich. I wish.
But you were not driven by passion. But anyway, I wish we have more time. But it's been wonderful. Thank you so much,
you
William,
too. And,
for being in the studio today with me. It's been amazing. First day of and first session of our recording here for Inclusive in Diversity. And there's more to come, so don't be changing your time. It's gonna always be about learning and storytelling, like we promised. And yeah, please, you want to say goodbye to our audience and everyone?
Of course, I want. Yes. It was really nice to be here, and yeah, good luck with the program, Naomi. And you're a great person. We've known each other for a long time.
For a long time. Yeah, but, we start from the radio, and now we're here. We're here again.
Yes.
So.
And you have to be at the launch party of our new edition.
I will be right there.
Yeah?
And on that note, I say thank you so much to everybody. My name is still Chitchatwithomy, and we are here right here on Salto TV. And this program is presented by Niger Radio. And I'll see you next week.
Thank you.